Alright, hello guys. What's up?
Two.
Let's watch a pro game. Mute it since my microphones aren't working. My headphones, not my microphones. Okay, so let's see what's happening this game. White has the top thing, this left side thing. If I played white, I would have. I was thinking about playing here. I would have played here though. I would have been interested in being able to jump through, and I guess that's actually still just as thick here, huh? Okay, this is one is strictly better, but I thought that it would have a weakness for being more passive, but it does not. Okay, clear, instructive from the first moment. My intuition is wrong. You need to play there, so we don't necessarily need thickness for counterattack. We just need right, you don't need thickness to go after weaknesses. Right. Right. You just yeah. You just need the ability to go after them. You need some stones there, but not like thickness, you just need power. Right. Thickness and power are different like that. That's true. That is true. Okay. I like this shape for white. I don't know what black can do very comfortably. Yeah. Play some random move. So now the situation seems okay for White, but White has to keep playing, and the like continued part of the game, it's hard for White to make more stuff. Maybe Hane here? Is that too much? This is the more standard move. Hane here is like Black doesn't really want to play there themselves, so it's not that big a deal. But maybe Black does, honestly. It's so big. Black obviously can answer to this. This exchange is like kind of Joseki, but it looks like it's slightly bad for White here, because this part should not be very big. But White's just saying, like, what if I just go put it some stones down? How not big is it? Yeah, I like this black move. Ignore this thing, who cares? Don't touch it and make it better for White. So White can answer. Black can actually run through now. White is making it better for Black to run through by making it so that there's a thing that they care about on the other side of their weak group. But Black is saying, I generally don't care. This part was bigger. Very sensibly. Yeah, I don't know what this push is. Are you really going to cut here? It doesn't seem like a wise idea. Well, does it? I don't think that was wise. Black can push either way, actually. They're both effective here. Probably I would prefer to push that way. Yeah. I agree. Run this way. Hane. He's being careful before he Hane is, as we should be. Yep. It's still good though. Huh. Not one further down? I thought one further down sets up this move much better. I guess they're both setting it up, but here we're leaving a peep behind. It's still kind of working. I guess it's fine. Wow. Just diagonal. I don't have the gumption for. I was thinking all the aggressive things we can do playing on the outside here. Just diagonal. So calm, ready, and then he'll just be patient again. Patient over here. He's saying this strategy overall is good for black, so no need to do some crazy stuff. Is he just gonna play here then? Yeah, I was thinking he's gonna cover this left center and then say he's winning. This one better start because he's saying he's gonna cut, allow this. I don't know. Maybe worse start because if you played here, then you'd be threatening this very, very harshly. And then you could play here, same thing. You don't have to allow this stuff. So now white, I think this is accurate by white. Takes care of this group, puts some shape pressure on black. So not easy for black to figure out how to defend the left side meaningfully, and also not easy for black to cut this and like seriously attack that group. This is the way that white can churn out to be good with this Joseki is by leaving it while they take something actively valuable somewhere else, and then saying get attacking power and then saving it really strongly because black really doesn't have very much pressure with the corner that they have to take care of. All these things, all this space, all this shape. It's hard for black to put real pressure on. So it's smart by white to force black to do that. This black suddenly felt pressed to put pressure on this. It shows that this was obviously wrong. If we have to accept the B2 bomber because our shape direction was wrong, we made a mistake. Instructive. Nicely done by white. If I saw this one, I would maybe think of this, but I wouldn't realize how good it was. I wouldn't realize I'm like doing an actively good thing when I'm doing this. I would just think like, okay, put pressure. This is tough, but it's not that tough actually. I mean, of course, it's going to be tough to execute, but the first step to do that was clear and obviously good. This move also clear. Do not want to give them the squeeze out when they would get out. That is not good. Not a good idea. Although, would they get out? Hang on a second. Maybe this move could have just directly blocked. No, it couldn't have. Okay, then this is correct. And then we had the bamboo break by black. And now we have an exciting read. So white can capture these stones with this and then Hane, but she's thinking she wants more, because if she captures those stones and leaves this, it's not good enough maybe. Or could she even, because black could Atari and connect and then cut back this way, cut here, and it wouldn't work. And cut back this way and connect, and then cut this way would be capturing. So it was actually not working, that sequence that I read. I had a misread. That's really bad. Then we have, so what we have is diagonal, which is making a lot more sense. Looks like a very good move. And black starts talking about like cutting off the right side. Loses on time. That's obviously not ideal. But I do think black was in a very tough position here already. Where, blocking seems like the thing that you have to do, but then when white blocks, it seems like you have to push. I think that white could just answer, although not that clear. If white just answers, then black plays here, and then Atari this way. You can't connect, you have to go this way, and then Atari this way, saving the stones. So you cannot block like this, you have to play this one afterwards. Black runs through, you run through. Black Ataris, you have to squeeze at that point, I think, because, I mean, actually, I'm not sure. Looks like the block and the push here was working, but hard to read this stuff in time. Hard to know what you're doing. So I guess if block into push there was working, it's going to be that this one here, so black blocks, white cuts, black here, white here, black here, white here, black here, managing to save, white capture, managing to save this. Might be the variation. Tough. I want to see this game with AI. So we started watching on that Tiger's Mouth, which I think was good. Then, I believe that. Okay, so when White had the moment that she could do anything, she started building the bottom side. It was not that bad, but Black was gaining in the flow overall. Um, I believe that she should have played from the upper right earlier. And yeah, so and I do think that Hane was good too. So we started watching around here, right? I think that this Hane is the good move. Um, and I think at this moment that she was supposed to run out over here somehow, rather than to take the bottom side. I don't think the bottom side is very meaningful. I understand what she's doing when she plays here. She's thinking like, okay, in the future I have this J2 stuff, like I have weaknesses to use over here. But she also has weaknesses, so she was sort of forced to jump, and it seemed like what Black was doing is more meaningful. Not exactly sure. In this fighting, I do think this is a mistake. This one rather than to run a little further towards the down area. I understand he was thinking if he does this, that this is coming, but you saw in the game, this is still coming, it's still annoying. I don't like his idea to make a cut. I do like this kick move, and this jumping is effective, like obviously, but that was wrong direction, it had to be here. And then this was interesting fighting, where Black could block, and who's winning right now? Should be White still, who's better. Yeah, maybe White should actually just try to solidify the fact that they're better like this. That would make a lot of sense. Why go for cut? Okay, so in the game, it was like this. Black was doing well. Oh, at this moment, does it like to Atari? Mm. Okay. I didn't even think about Atari because everybody can see that you can come in. And normally you come in, that's not good. But here, you come in, but I got to Atari the outside. It's not working. I can cover it with all my thickness. I think that's probably what happened to both of them in the game. It's like, usually this is going to be good for Black. But it wasn't here. It wasn't here, and it's a good idea to remember. This is something that you can use against your opponents. It's like, hey, I leave behind this weakness, but only at a moment where I get your weakness back. So if you come in, I will counterattack you. And then that may be good, may be bad. In this case, it's clearly good because Black's area here is very, very thick. So as long as we aren't giving something that's a huge win to them, like controlling the part where they aren't as thick is clearly gaining more. Also, of course, like locally speaking, it's working with the cut and then the thing. Okay, nice. I can't believe this Black move is wrong. Are you serious? This is an insta-play, autoplay for, I thought, everybody. But if it's wrong, then clearly there are going to be some players who know about that. Is it really better to play into the co in a situation like this? Because we have co-threats over here or something? But these co-threats are pretty ugly and bad. I don't know what you're even trying to win when you fight the co. I don't get it. So we fight the co. Yeah. Okay. And White has to make some co-threat. What? We're going to fight seriously. We're not even going to answer to that, but we're going to fight this co extremely aggressively. Basically, if White answers, then there's going to be more co-threats, and Black's going to win this co here. After so getting some double Panuki and killing White is really, really, really scary. So White is sort of obliged to come back this way, and then Black is winning because he already exchanged. This is why the AI enjoys, by the way, to exchange R2 S2. It's so that it can fight this kind of menacing ko and have real ko threats from the get-go, extremely serious win trades, despite the fact that white is getting a huge local gain. Wow, okay. This is the autopilot no problem move, and it's wrong. We have a chance to put pressure on, and we don't do it. And it's real pressure. It's not pressure to us, it's pressure to them, for sure. As long as we pass the judgment. We do have to pass the judgment first that, like, killing this white is better than them doing any co-threat. And killing this white saving themselves is not as good as us killing the white in the bottom right corner. Like, both of these judgments are not that easy, not that clear, but they're both doable. Like, if you actually ask yourself those questions and you think about it, yeah, you agree with both judgments. Okay. This is instructive. I did not know that this leaves menacing ko behind. Wow, ko can be such a danger. All right. What I'm taking away from this is I will respect this shape in the bottom right a lot more for these menacing kos, because this happens all the time. All the time. So when I see that shape, any ko which is normally not so good, it can be good. And just in general, any ko which is normally not so good can be good to the guy who has a co-threat advantage. So I'm going to stop disrespecting codes that are normally not good and actually look at them all the time because it's so clear. Alright, here I said this is direction of play mistake, should be there. Well, I was wrong, should have been there. And also I was saying that you should hana it, but actually the connect is good move, huh? So even though you get to play this one, that's nothing special. They get to block, and black is actually benefiting, interestingly. That is quite curious. So what we're actually supposed to do is cut here, allowing the descend, because capture is not the reason why it's good here. We want to put pressure on their whole their whole group, huh? If they just fell back, we would get something for free. Obviously, it's good enough. We can play away even. If they do that one, then they're trying to counterattack us. Wow. That's the only way for them to keep a game stable? I don't understand really why it's such a big deal. This cut is hard to understand. Like, first of all, my judgment was wrong that white is doing fine here. Black was already okay. I guess probably because this left side, they punished a bad exchange. And that should indeed be okay. But I didn't know that this position is hard to play for white. I knew that this is a passing move that, like, black gains a little bit from. Overall, black gained a bit. But that after that, it was difficult for white to find something to do. She just passed her turn trying to take control of an area that she knew was not that valuable. Because it's hard to find the real thing. And this is the real thing. Also, this is a real thing. So if you push here first and then you play Hane, it's better. Because the black block here was so strong all the time for our left side life and death. Wow. So now if this one, are we still, yeah, we're still doing this. And now it's silly for black to do this stuff because obviously the cuts are strong and that sort of thing. So now in the future we can see cut here. Yeah. And also this one. I was thinking we would just see this one all the time, but actually this is a slight negative because we could cut and make stronger thing. Wow, okay. You don't really think of that left side shape, which has all these tiger's mouths, as being something that is going to get weak until your thinking is black, like what's going to happen locally speaking. You're thinking, oh, eventually, of course that will get weak. But as white, you weren't really thinking this is something that's eventually going to get weak. Because you know if you actually like defend it, that would be way too slow. But we're not defending it. We're just referring to it in the fight. The key idea is we need to make it so that this shape is efficient compared to the black outside shape. I was thinking all the time, like maybe we can cut through this way. If they did cut through, it would be really bad for black, huh? Because we can Atari and cut like this, and then it's bad timing for black or something. It's kind of confusing. But black has no timing to come back here because we would run out. They have to do this one so that at least they get this sente in order to help save themselves on the left side. Force us to give away some thickness. I see. Complicated shape. Very, very complicated. But that cut was possible. You can just choose not to interact with it and instead play to get the value out of this in the form of thickness and like points and territory that we want on either side, recognizing that we aren't really seriously attacking this black. Okay, that's clear. So this is a black which we know they've left behind to not get very seriously attacked. That's obvious. And from our perspective, we need stuff nearby. There's a territory move nearby, and there's a slightly weak group nearby. So what we're trying to do, we have this moment where it's hard to find a move. What we're trying to do is progress this area in the way that allows us to become thicker. Yeah. It's same thing with this stuff. We want to become thicker with our outside shapes and making it so that they get curled. So this moment, a lot of the time I'm thinking like the way to score should be to find a break or to take my own thing generally. Excuse me. Yeah, this is exactly to find a break or compress. But it's done specifically with the idea that compression is effective when we're getting our stuff nearby. And that's how you should be thinking about it. Better, yeah. It's so like this seemed to me to be our stuff nearby, but it's not really. You can see black gains in the variation because we lose so much of our stuff in the corner. Mm. Mm. Our position. Like from the get-go, you know there's not that much to do. That's a thick area. Our position needs to get better. We have some mild thinness for black and white in the local area, and our job is to make it so that the white position becomes better. It should become better shape. The white position needs to get more efficient, so the white position needs to get more efficient shape, and that's done through making the black weaknesses inefficient, making the white weaknesses efficient in the local area, which has to be done by speed, but also, right. So their weaknesses, they don't want to defend them in low speed. What I force them to do when I play here is I force them to defend their weaknesses in high speed, actually. Higher speed, at least. This one is too nice to give. Hmm. So the reason why we want to cut, why we want to push, is because their defensive moves become lower speed. and our moves. Ah, okay. I'm understanding. Speed is related to how much per move that we are getting for our positions. So when you're pressing on this kind of thing and trying to compress them so that they have low speed. Aha, it's not just low air, it's low speed. Ah. Aha, okay, I'd been misunderstanding. Compression, the compression idea typically comes with press them to low area. So you either break them or you press them to small area, but it's not exactly that. It's actually you either break them or you press them to low speed. Just slightly different, very, very similar, but slightly different. That's what this is about. Okay, that's clear. Right, we press them to low power, we press them to low speed in general, not just low area. Oh, okay. So that's how I should think about this area. Okay. I feel like I really learned something then. Yeah. So I can look at this and think this one, okay, but we aren't pressing them to low speed. We want to ask for a break or for low speed. Ah, so clear. Yes. Okay, I messed up a lot in my games before because I didn't understand this. I'm gonna write it down. Although my my journal is somewhere else, so I'll write it down after this. Yeah, this cut was clearly a little crazy. Could have just gone in directly or done this stuff in the upper left. That was hard to understand. This way, yeah. Yeah, this one already was good. Already here. But it was clear that like it's super powerful now. And now black had wow. This is very tough for black to come up with. Black had almost nothing clear to do after this one. Super powerful. Obviously black messed up the direction of play. Needed to go here. And then this, yeah, obviously you should have done that, but this was just like painful. Tough position here in general to play. Yeah, exactly that you should exchange 1, 2 first and then play the same stuff. Exchange 1, 2, 3, 4 and then do the same thing. Nobody knows that in a blitz game. How are you supposed to know that? You have to be able to read what's happening for this and that and the other thing, and so hard. This would be the strong resistance here. This one means that I believe in 3 and it's like 3 is going to work and do something for me. In a blitz game, hard to say. Like hard. And it should have been block here, yeah. And actually this cover was okay. Despite the fact that this is kind of working for black. Okay, I'm curious what? I thought that this was working for black. Am I crazy? Oh, I got a target. I had misreading, sorry. So that's I'm sure what black read. Black's a better reader. So he still had something where he can make some cuts. It's just that he wouldn't be able to save that group. So white was winning. Even after they cut here. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Alright, nice game. I really learned something at this moment. Hopefully you guys got that. It's sort of like I don't know if I can clearly show or describe yet, but I definitely feel I've learned it to some extent. So I'm gonna practice probably. I'm gonna play some games or yeah, I guess I should play games to practice. Play games or study an actual like serious pro game. Maybe I'll do that one. Thank you all for watching. See you later. Bye bye.